Peruvian farmer Saul Lliuya had his day in court in Hamm, Germany on Monday. Lliuya says German energy giant RWE's emissions have contributed to the melting of Andean glaciers, increasing the flood risk to his home. He lives in Huaraz, a city in the Peruvian Andes mountains that sits below the Palcarajo Glacier and the Palcacocha Glacial Lake, 4,500 meters above sea level. Scientists say there's a risk that a melting glacier collapse could cause the lake to burst its banks and cause massive flooding in the city below.
Those
of us who have not contributed to climate change and who live in the mountains are living the consequences of climate change. Companies must be aware of these events, such as the melting of glaciers, which are causing flood risks. They have to pay for the damage they have caused.
Lliuya wants RWE to pay $18,500 towards a $3.5 million flood defense project. With the backing of climate activist group German Watch, the groundbreaking lawsuit was filed nearly a decade ago against RWE, Germany's largest electricity provider. The lawsuit alleges that the company, as one of the largest greenhouse gas emitters in Europe, could be held liable for climate-related risks.
This case has already wrote history in 2017 when this court declared that large emitters can actually be held responsible for the impacts of climate change. So in our hearts, we've already won. But what this is about today is the actual tiny little bit of case that is about his house.
Using data from the Carbon Majors database of historic production from major fossil fuel and cement producers, Lliuya says the German company has caused about 0.5% of man-made emissions worldwide since the Industrial Revolution. RWE argues that a single emitter of carbon dioxide cannot be held responsible for global warming. The company said in a statement, quote, "If such a claim were to exist under German law, it would also be possible to hold every motorist liable." As climate protesters rally outside the German court, experts inside must decide whether melting glaciers are raising lake levels and causing a direct risk to Lliuya's home over the next 30 years. Dan Collyns, CGTN, Lima.